get the show started!
Arman Tsarukyan continues his PR streak. This time he teamed up with Nick Antonian and David Dobrik, helping Nick achieve a visible six-pack in just one day.
Show me your six packs.
Nice, nice.
Look jacked.
The Arman Tsarukyan fight camp.
Let's go.
Get 6 packs in one day.
Let's go.
Cool, signed, and then we're gonna sell him.
Where you want?
Here. Okay, I'll buy you for 10K. Okay, 20.
Yeah, you can have him.
Sean O'Malley thought he was just having some fun when he decided to wear a COVID-style face mask during his first stare down with Song Yadong ahead of UFC 324, but that's not the way the move was perceived. Reactions varied, but Song called the move totally racist, with O'Malley taking a pretty obvious jab at his opponent hailing from China. On Wednesday during UFC 324 Media Day, O'Malley addressed his decision to wear a mask during that face-off and issued an apology for his actions.
The first face-off with Song did have a little bit of controversy to it with the COVID face mask. Curious if you would explain why you chose to wear that and maybe a bit of regret of it or not. How are you feeling about it now?
Yeah, my intentions were never, harmful. It's supposed to be a little silly joke. It was that, and got taken out of. I apologize if I offended anybody.
Yeah.
Khabib Nurmagomedov has still got it. The former UFC lightweight champion is still training regularly with his team, and in a recent session he grappled former light heavyweight champion Glover Teixeira, getting the better of him in several exchanges. Michael Chandler has reacted to Dana White's comments shutting down a potential fight with Conor McGregor at the White House. Chandler has been waiting years for the matchup, and it appeared he might finally get his chance on the historic card. However, Dana White recently dismissed the McGregor-Chandler fight as outdated hype, effectively ending Chandler's long-standing pursuit. Now, speaking with Ariel Helwani, Chandler shared his response to Dana's comments. Here's what he said.
I know there's all the talk of Michael Chandler and Conor. Do you see that as a realistic thing?
No,
happening?
I mean that was a couple years ago.
Yeah, so that's not nothing you'd entertain for the White House.
No.
What is your reaction to that?
My reaction is we will see. We'll see how this whole thing plays out. Obviously, nobody has any idea what the fights are going to be on the White House card. Is that 100% how it's going to be? Me and Conor not fighting at the White House? I don't know. Obviously, it's not encouraging. It's not great to hear. But I've also heard, many things that were not encouraging that turned out to be not true. We just keep on going, man. Until the fights get announced, until Conor McGregor gets announced his next opponent, until then, man, all we can do is just hope and pray and kind of see what happens. It remains to be seen.
Is there a plan B?
I don't have a plan B. I don't have a plan B until plan A is 100% exhausted. That's kind of where we're at right now. That's the plan, fighting at the White House, fighting Conor at the White House. But until that train gets completely derailed, and the only way it's going to get derailed is him getting announced against somebody else at the White House, or me getting announced against somebody at the White House. So we'll see.
Jon Jones is back in the gym. In a new video shared on his social media, he was seen repping 405 pounds, 184 kilograms, on the safety bar squat after a month-long Thailand vacation. Former UFC fighter Jairzinho Rozenstruik was arrested in Florida on a pair of charges, including a third-degree felony for false imprisonment. Per the police report, Rozenstruik was involved in an argument with his partner. She told police she called him a nasty beast and claimed he was angered by the comment and he allegedly actually and intentionally bit her right bicep against her will. Police say bite marks were visible on the woman's right bicep, and she presented redness on both forearms and bruising under her right eye. Police described Rozenstruik as uncooperative during their contact with him. The former UFC heavyweight eventually submitted a written statement to police. While the text is redacted from public record, it's referenced later in the police report that Rozenstruik claimed the woman had punched him. The woman later confirmed to police that she punched Rozenstruik in self-defense as she tried to break his grip to exit the vehicle. Paddy Pimblett has sent a chilling warning to Justin Gaethje ahead of their fight. Speaking at Wednesday's media day, Pimblett revealed that he was offered a fight with Gaethje in October 2025, but Gaethje turned it down at the time. Now, with an interim title on the line, Gaethje has accepted the matchup, and Pimblett warned that he won't be physically the same after their fight.
He won't be physically the same after this fight. I will. I'll be exactly the same. I'm going to put a beat down on him like he's never received, and I can promise you that. But it was just another fight to me. When a contract with a name on gets sent to me, I sign it. I don't turn down no fight. I step up and I fight the person whose name's on the contract. I thought I was going to fight Justin in October in Abu Dhabi, but I think he turned it down. And then now there's a belt on the line. He's taking the fight. So it's nice to actually fight someone that I thought I was going to fight a while back.
Justin Gaethje isn't happy with his UFC pay following the UFC-Paramount deal. Speaking at UFC 324 Media Day, Gaethje revealed that his pay has not increased despite the reported $7 billion Paramount deal. He also criticized the UFC's bonus pay and pushed back on Daniel Cormier's claims that fighters are making more money under the Paramount deal.
Oh man, to have 14 bonuses and not equal up to $1 million, it's not right. It's not right. It should be a lot more than that, and I should have had opportunities to do smarter things with my money, but I don't, and I haven't. And to this day, everyone's, I hear Daniel Cormier saying that everybody's going to get paid more on this card. I'm not getting $1 more than I would have if this deal did not happen. I'm happy to have achieved what I have achieved. The best thing I did is probably invest in a commercial property. I purchased a house in Arizona that's like a mile away from my parents. My sister is renting that from me now. But really just being able to help my family, help my parents, help my brothers and sisters, give them Christmas gifts that I never would have been able to give them, take them on vacations that I would have never been able to. That's the smartest thing I did, because you can never get that time back with your family. And so, it's huge for me.
It looks like Dana White has completely stepped back from the UFC. In recent months, he's been focusing more on ventures outside the organization, promoting Power Slap and now Zuffa Boxing. On Wednesday, ahead of UFC 324, Dana skipped promoting the upcoming event and instead hosted the very first Zuffa Boxing press conference, drawing backlash from the MMA community. One fan wrote, "Dana has been checked out of the UFC for a while now. Who cares about this? We got a MMA on Saturday." Another said, "Dana, UFC is this weekend. What the f are you doing?" Dana didn't know his main event fighter doesn't speak English? That's crazy for the promoter of the org. What the f going on, Dana? Another fan commented, "Yeah, Dana doesn't give a shit about the UFC anymore. LMAO. What the hell is this? Ain't we in 324 fight week?" Ariel Helwani also criticized the UFC president after Dana admitted he doesn't actively follow MMA anymore and that no MMA related content appears on his feeds. He tweeted, "It's interesting that the president of the UFC has no MMA related content appearing on his feeds. We all know these algorithms work based on what you're consuming. I'm not saying he should consume MMA content 24/7, but by virtue of the fact that he's the president of UFC, you'd think he'd be interacting with UFC and fighters' content."
I do think it's interesting that the president of the UFC, the algorithm works based on what you're consuming, and I'm not saying he should consume MMA related content 24/7, but just by virtue of the fact that he's the president of the UFC, you'd think he'd be interacting with UFC content and whatnot, fighter content. The fact that the algorithm, if it truly doesn't feed him any MMA content, is wild.
Here are the top 3 memes found on the internet. Number 3 meme was posted by Octagon Chaos. Number 2 meme was posted by Buyao. And number 1 meme was posted by OA60. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed the content, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel to stay updated with the latest MMA news.